Welcome to Zen Zone Health. Today we're diving into an important topic that impacts countless relationships, Narcissistic Personality Disorder or NPD. True NPD is a serious condition, going beyond just being self-centered. It's a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. This video is not intended to diagnose anyone but to empower you with knowledge. If you suspect your partner might have NPD, stay tuned as we uncover 9 key signs to look out for. Understanding these signs is crucial for protecting yourself emotionally and navigating the relationship in a healthy way. Remember, knowledge is power, and sometimes just having a name for what you're experiencing can be a huge relief. So let's get started. The first sign we'll explore is excessive self-importance. Narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own accomplishments and abilities. They might exaggerate their achievements, talents, or importance in their field, constantly needing to be seen as the best or most successful. This grandiosity often comes across in their conversations. They might dominate discussions, steering the topic back to themselves and their accomplishments. They might name drop excessively, trying to impress you with their connections and accomplishments. Another facet of this is their belief that they are special and unique, deserving of special treatment. They might compare themselves favorably to others, emphasizing how much smarter, more talented, or more attractive they are. This sense of entitlement can permeate their interactions, expecting preferential treatment and becoming impatient or angry when they don't receive it. However, this inflated ego is often fragile. They are extremely sensitive to criticism, even if it's constructive or well-intentioned. Any perceived slight or challenge to their self-image can trigger anger, defensiveness, or even rage. Our next sign is a classic hallmark of narcissism, an inability to accept responsibility for their actions, and a tendency to shift blame onto others. Narcissists have a remarkable talent for twisting situations to maintain their sense of self-righteousness. When things go wrong, a narcissist will find a way to make it someone else's fault. They might blame their partner, colleagues, friends, or even external circumstances for their own mistakes or shortcomings. You might notice that they rarely, if ever, offer a genuine apology. And if they do apologize, it's often superficial or laced with justifications. They might say things like, "I'm sorry you feel that way," which subtly shifts the blame onto your perception of the situation, rather than taking ownership of their actions. This inability to accept responsibility is rooted in their need to maintain a flawless self-image. Acknowledging a mistake, in their mind, would be admitting a crack in their armor, a blemish on their perfect facade. So, they deflect and project, safeguarding their ego at the expense of others. Now, you might be thinking, if narcissists are so difficult, how do they even get into relationships in the first place? That brings us to our third sign. They can be incredibly charming, especially in the early stages of a relationship. This initial charm is often referred to as love bombing. It's a calculated tactic where the narcissist showers their target with excessive attention, flattery, gifts, and declarations of love. They might mirror your interests, values, and aspirations, making you feel like you found your soulmate. This intense charm is intoxicating. It creates a whirlwind romance that sweeps you off your feet. You feel seen, cherished, and adored like never before. However, this idyllic phase is often short-lived. Once the narcissist feels they have secured your affection and admiration, the love bombing subsides. The grand gestures fade, the compliments become less frequent, and the narcissist's true colors begin to surface. This sudden shift can be incredibly disorienting and painful for the other person. Chapter 4: Constant Need for Compliments. Let's move on to the fourth sign, which ties in closely with their need for admiration: a constant need for compliments. Narcissists thrive on external validation. They have an insatiable appetite for praise and admiration, needing constant reassurance of their worth and importance. They might fish for compliments, subtly steering conversations to showcase their accomplishments or talents. They might boast about their achievements, expecting you to shower them with praise and admiration. This need for compliments stems from their fragile ego and deep-seated insecurity. Despite their outward confidence and grandiosity, Narcissists are often deeply insecure individuals who rely on external validation to prop up their self-esteem. When the compliments stop, or when they feel their brilliance is not being adequately acknowledged, their true colors start to show. They might become withdrawn, sulky, or even aggressive. Chapter 5. Feeling unseen. This next sign is perhaps one of the most painful aspects of being in a relationship with a narcissist. Feeling unseen and unheard. Narcissists have a profound lack of empathy. They struggle to recognize or understand the feelings and needs of others. They are so consumed by their own internal world, their own needs and desires, that they have little capacity to truly see or empathize with their partners. You might find that they rarely ask about your day, your feelings, or your experiences, and even when you do try to share, they might interrupt, redirect the conversation back to themselves, or seem completely disinterested. This lack of empathy can make you feel incredibly lonely and isolated in the relationship. It's like talking to a brick wall, your feelings bouncing off their impenetrable self-absorption. Chapter 6. Lack of long-term friendships. Moving on to sign number 6, let's talk about relationships outside of your own. Take a look at their social circle. Narcissists often have a history of unstable relationships, both romantic and platonic. They might have a string of exes they demonize, portraying themselves as the victim in every situation. You might notice that they have few, if any, long-term, genuine friendships. This is because their narcissistic traits, the lack of empathy, the need for admiration, the tendency to devalue others, make it difficult for them to maintain healthy, balanced relationships. They might surround themselves with superficial acquaintances who feed their ego, but they often struggle to form deep, meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. This lack of close friendships should raise a red flag. It's not normal for someone to go through life without forming any genuine, lasting bonds. Chapter 7. Constant criticism. Let's delve into sign number 7, constant criticism. Narcissists are often highly critical of their partners, finding fault with everything from their appearance to their personality to their choices. This criticism can be subtle and insidious, like backhanded compliments or snide remarks disguised as jokes, or it can be blatant and cruel, leaving you feeling belittled and demeaned. They might criticize your clothing style, your taste in music, your career choices, or even your parenting skills. The purpose of this constant criticism is to chip away at your self-esteem and make you more dependent on them. By constantly pointing out your flaws, they are subtly reinforcing their own superiority while making you question your own worth and judgment. Chapter 8. Gaslighting. Now this next sign is particularly insidious and damaging. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where the narcissist manipulates their partner into questioning their own sanity and reality. They might deny your memories of events, insist you said or did things you didn't, or twist situations to make you doubt your own perceptions. They might accuse you of being crazy, too sensitive, or making things up. For example, you might vividly remember them making a hurtful comment, but they'll flat out deny it, saying, "I never said that. You must be imagining things." Or they might do something to hurt you, but then turn it around and accuse you of being the one who's being unreasonable or overreacting. This constant invalidation and manipulation can leave you feeling confused, anxious, and deeply insecure. You start to doubt your own memories, your perceptions, and even your sanity. This self-doubt makes you more dependent on the narcissist, who becomes the sole arbiter of reality. Chapter 9. Never apologizing. And finally, the 9th sign, which we touched upon earlier, is their inability to offer genuine apologies. Narcissists view apologies as a sign of weakness, an admission of fault that contradicts their self-image of perfection. They might apologize superficially, saying, "I'm sorry," without truly meaning it or taking responsibility for their actions. Or as we discussed before, they might offer backhanded apologies that shift the blame onto you, such as, "I'm sorry you feel that way." This inability to apologize sincerely stems from their lack of empathy and their need to always be right. They simply cannot fathom that they might have done something wrong because, in their minds, they are flawless beings incapable of making mistakes. Thank you for watching Zen Zone Health. I hope this video has shed some light on the complex dynamics of narcissistic relationships. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards addressing and improving your relationship. If you resonate with these signs, it's essential to seek professional guidance from a therapist or counselor who specializes in personality disorders. Stay healthy and take care.